Okay, we started with that video from a Chinese television station and a Chinese rap group because that's going to be barred. It's been barred by Facebook and by Twitter. It's one of 900 accounts that are believed established by the Chinese government to deliberately sow discord by undermining the legitimacy of the political protest movement in China. That's a direct quote. And along with that, they're going to shut down accounts for a larger network of about 200,000 Twitter accounts before they even become active. Facebook's head of cybersecurity said that they had also removed Facebook accounts from 15,000 people and another 2,200 members who were under investigation as having dangerous connections to China. And the new controls, however, they went out of their way to say don't apply to taxpayer-funded entities in the U.S. Now that means groups like the National Endowment for Democracy, in case you're wondering what tax-funded entities are talking about. So any of their sites aren't under attack. They also said it wouldn't apply to the Voice of America and other U.S.-owned or UK-owned, like the BBC, social media platforms. So the only ones who apparently are spreading any disinformation on the protests is anyone who's supportive of China. And they are going to remove their sites. It seems two-faced, it seems contradictory. Any position that undermines the legitimacy of the political positions of the Hong Kong protest isn't going to be allowed to stay up. So tonight's an experiment. We'll see how long even this live stream stays up. But it's important to know what they're trying to do. They want to project one message, and they want to demand that the people of the whole world only get that message. Now, what are the demonstrations in Hong Kong? What are the issues? We're told again and again and again that these demonstrators are simply pro-democracy. And that's why the U.S. government is so overwhelmingly supportive. Why are the protesters regularly flying U.S. and British and Hong Kong colonial flag, the old colonial flag, in their demonstrations? Both in mass demonstrations and even in the street confrontations. So they break into things as they're throwing Molotov cocktails and flaming bricks and bars and so on. And how did a movement in China, because this is part of China, come to identify so strongly with the U.S. and with Britain? Now, this is a question, because there are a lot of people in the streets, and we don't want to deny that. We want to understand how this came about. The corporate media has given more coverage than it's ever given to any protest, and every major Democratic or Republican politician has praised these pro-democracy demonstrations. Now, for everyone here tonight, it's against capitalism, the theft of our labor, the impoverishment of the vast majority for the benefit of the super rich. And we're also against killer cops, racist courts, mass incarceration, the raids and roundups of ICE. We oppose the more than 800 U.S. bases around the world, U.S. coups, U.S. wars, U.S. invasions, sanctions. We fight for health care, for housing, and always we oppose the ruling class right here. That's a fundamental question. So we take sides in the class struggle, not neutral. So what's our view? When people are in the streets, do we just automatically support them? It can be easy on a Gaza, on Haiti, on the yellow vests in France, on the Philippines, Black Lives Matter movement, and all the demonstrations Trump has, or militia outfits. We know that we're on the opposite side and that these movements are a deadly threat to poor and working people and to all people of color, to the LGBTQ people, and especially migrants. Now, in another culture, it can be harder to see what's it mean if you're carrying a British flag, if you're carrying a Hong Kong colonial flag. What's that mean? So it's not going to make sense unless we look at it in the context of China's history and long liberation struggle. Unless you see it that way, it doesn't make a lot of sense. What does it mean if you tear down the symbol of the People's Republic of China and put up the British flag? It's clear you're on the other side, and it's a side of racism, war, and colonialism. Now, if you praise the way things were in the past, I think here in the U.S. we're all going to cry out for the lost cause, or the old South wasn't grand. If you want to build statues and memorialize fallen soldiers, we know what it means when we're and racism and reaction those vicious. There is a reactionary mass movement in Hong Kong that's based on building entitlement, arrogance, maintaining a demand of special status, and it is rooted in Hong Kong's colonial ideas. And that's exactly what the movement in Hong Kong is saying. Hong Kong have maintained its special status as a special administrative zone. They don't want to be part of China. So let's ask, how did Hong Kong's special status come about? Hong Kong has actually had special status for 200 years. It was the most spectacular deep water port in the South China Sea, at the mouth of the Pearl River, the largest trade river. And it was stolen from China in a war that set the whole cities in flames. I want to talk about that just a little bit. When the British and the French and the Spanish and the Portuguese and the U.S. merchants setting up colonies and trading stations, and also forcing peoples throughout Africa, throughout the Americas, throughout Asia, to sign completely unequal treaties when there was any treaty at all. It was an era of aggressive slave trade, genocide of the indigenous peoples. And during this time toward China, the British, the U.S., the French, the Dutch, the Spanish, and the Portuguese were all anxious to trade with China. They wanted the porcelain, the silk, the tea. But capitalism, by its very nature, is an aggressive, expansionist system that's never satisfied. It's insatiable. It drives from you. So what these merchants wanted was free access to China's market, no restrictions. And China didn't want to give them access. They wanted to trade with paper and silver and just in special trading areas. It was a feudal social structure, very highly developed. Now, Britain set up a whole industry in India to grow and cure and refine, concentrate opium. They produced tons of it, boatloads of it. It was a huge industry. This is a warehouse, top to bottom. British merchants began the sale of opium from India to China. And U.S. merchants, they had similar warehouses and were involved in the trade of opium from Turkey. The Chinese government felt this was a very dangerous drug, and they tried to prohibit it as millions and millions of people became addicted. And they first outlawed it, and then when that had no impact on merchants, they seized and burned 2.5 million pounds of opium, just what was in them. as a spear against the revolution. Now, in 1967, there was an uprising in Hong Kong. Let's go back to Hong Kong, because really we could spend days, weeks, books, and have that's all been done, movies on the Chinese Revolution. But let's see what was happening in Hong Kong. In 1967, there was an uprising in Hong Kong, started by the lowest paid winter workers who made plastic flowers. It grew into a general strike, and that strike and that uprising confirmed to the world that British colonialism's days, even in Hong Kong, were numbered, as they were elsewhere at that time. Think of the 50s and the 60s, in Africa, in Asia, in the Caribbean. A strike was organized by the Hong Kong Federation of Trade Unions. It was led by the Chinese Communist Party members in Hong Kong. And this union federation still has about over 400,000, 415,000 members in Hong Kong, and it remains to this day pro-China. This uprising was brutally suppressed. There were at least, this is by British admission, more on one claim, 51 people killed and many disappeared. Now, we should be clear whenever they talk about past democracy in Hong Kong, there were absolutely no rights on the books whatsoever under British colonialism. There was no right to free speech or freedom of assembly or freedom of unions. Democracy did not exist. And Britain was determined to make the same arrangements with Hong Kong that they had with their other former colonies who gained formal independence, but were still economically chained to British imperialism. That's what the British Commonwealth is. So let's get to 1997, where there was a formal return of Hong Kong to China's sovereignty. It was under an agreement called One Country, Two Systems. Hong Kong, as a center of finance capital, would remain in place, and all foreign intervention and colonial claims on Hong Kong were supposed to end. Now, let's look at what capitalist relations in place have meant in Hong Kong. There's billions of dollars that have flowed through Hong Kong's banks from capital social organizations with the capacity to put tens of thousands of misdirected, idealistic, and alienated youth on the streets. Millions of dollars were openly and secretly funneled into a whole network of protected social service organizations, political parties, media, social media, student and youth organizations, labor unions, all with the idea of how to undercut support for China and the Communist Party of China. The NED bankrolls the Hong Kong Human Rights Movement, the Hong Kong Journalists Association, the Civic Party, the Labor Party, the Democratic Party, almost any organization that sort of sounds like something here or around the world. They'll have a name in Hong Kong that has a solidarity center. They fund the Human Rights Civil Rights Fund, Civil Human Rights Fund, that coordinates these demonstrations. They also set up something called the Hong Kong Confederation of Trade Unions. That's not the Hong Kong Federation. See how close the names are? And it receives National Endowment for Democracy funding, along with British support, Rockefeller and Soros and others, to promote pro-democracy, independent movements throughout China. It was established in 1990 to counter and undercut the Hong Kong Federation of Trade Unions, which, as I said, has some 400,000 members. This funded organization does have, though, about 120,000 members, and it includes especially professional staff, social workers, the airline pilots, when you think of the demonstrations at the airport, crews, and so forth. Now, the largest role of the NGOs and the church groups, student federation, union federations, was to create a climate that glorifies past British and U.S. rule, and it looks to Western imperialism. British colonial past is deeply mythologized, and there's been 22 years since 1997. 22 years of constant nostalgia for this past, supposedly glorious time, and that has a big influence on impoverished youth who've grown up with this, being the dominant culture of the youth and church groups and all kinds of organizations. U.S. arrogant demands are beyond the scope of trade negotiations and touch on China's fundamental economic system. It shows that behind the U.S. trade war against China, the U.S. is trying to invade China's economic sovereignty and force China to damage its core interests. So that's really even how China, they understand what this is. China today has a highly skilled and educated working class, many times larger than the U.S. and the European Union and Japan all combined. It has advanced technology, internal cohesion, and many trading partners, and getting more and stronger trading partners. So it's in a strong position to resist U.S. demands. But that doesn't mean the demands aren't being made. There's lots of capitalists in China. We should admit that. It's a contradictory policy. We should admit that. But the state industry is predominant, and they are becoming stronger and stronger. And the largest banks are all state-owned. Now, just across the river, I'm going to wind up on this, from Hong Kong, sits the city of Shenzhen. It was one of the special economic zones established to lure Western technology. And these zones originated with thousands of labor-intensive factories, millions of workers earned low wages, and they were centers of capitalist exploitation and enormous profits for U.S. capitalists. Shenzhen grew from a fishing village into a small city of 30,000 in 1979 to a megacity of 20 million, the largest migrant population in the century. It has a population 3 times the size of Hong Kong, just next door. It's just on the other side of the river. With investments via Hong Kong, this new city became a massive polluted factory town, with sweatshops spewing out dark clouds of toxic smoke. That's a fact. The central government and the Chinese Communist Party made a decision to reverse course in Shenzhen and in all the cities in China. This was a big discussion to give priority not only to raising the standard of living and education and consumer goods, but also to really change the environment and the climate and living conditions, and to use central planning to quickly reach these goals. And their goals are way beyond the Green New Deal of Democratic Party. We should just know they are way beyond. Today, Shenzhen has the largest fleet of electric buses in the world, up to 16,000. It has all electric cabs. And that's just in the last 5 years. University, a national deep-sea research center, and explore the establishment of a maritime development bank. They're really developing urban agriculture at kind of incredible rates that it's hard to even, for us to even grasp here, but it does show when planning is paid. So I just want to conclude by saying that they're choices. And do we stand with development, with dramatic reductions in poverty, with increasing the levels of skill and literacy, or with the cages and homelessness in Hong Kong, financed and funded movements that are organized by the National Endowment for Democracy? These are the choices, and they're not explained here, and they need to be much more, because it's part of the movement here. This propaganda is aimed directly at the movement in the U.S. in an effort to flip it, to turn it, to be suspicious of socialist development, of planning, to feel demoralized and cynical, angry and alienated. And if we're going to combat it, we need to combat it with ideas and also with planning and building a deep support for the ability of socialism to meet the challenge of a new age. Thank you.